for Cincinnati. Cincinnati, they know that's the team we're gonna cheer.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. Right 80. Right hot.
Right to the air is Burrow. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that will pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Over the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Bengals.
It's opening drive, 3rd down. They go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out, because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend, and usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His second catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a first down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Nick Scorton. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
On one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Gun. Stop. Right 80. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. He's into space past the 25. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Cut. Right 80. Cut.
Here's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
A 37-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense, and in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on, but this opening drive, while it stalled out, they still gave them 3 points.
Looking to put a drive together. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And they'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Young. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Burrow will throw. A bullet throw, incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Let's go. Black, 95. Ready?
Here's Young. Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
He may go back to the huddle and have a little discussion with his passer. You know, maybe you don't have to leave me quite that much. But on that play, bailed him out in a big way, didn't he?
He did indeed. Hey, at least he gets to put it on the highlight reel. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Shot. 10, what?
Now here's Young. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Let's go now. Blast it. 6.
Now Young. He'll find McMillan here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
13 yards on the
13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Throwing, Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he's got this down to the 35. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
22 meters. Here we go.
To the air once more, Young. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Down. Ready?
Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Ready, set. Ready.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. 18, go.
Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
70 Timberwolves.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On the shake.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Shot. Ready.
They'll run with a former Bruin. This is Carson Steele. Down the sideline he goes. He may go. And all the way in for Cincinnati score. A great play there. 67 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone tried to account for someone, but unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
But they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
19,
from the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And to the right side here, it's Allen. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Got it. Ready?
3rd and 5.
Come on. Come on. Set. 68. Go.
Operating from the gun. Hairston. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you score once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Get it. Panther 60. Panther 60.
This out quickly to Williams. Now he's free at the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The York on now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
That's the score. Bengals 17. Panthers 3.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points CD.
Boy, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard.
Let's go. Hurt. Gotta be lying.
Running the toss to Brooks here. Oh, look at that. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. Hey, check that. Ready.
A carry here for Trevor Etienne. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Here we go. Here we go. Panther Street. Cougar 19.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Gets it out quickly here in the left flank. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Carolina.
Here's Brooks. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he's got it. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They get this out left. And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. This is caught. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and the Bengals are going to get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there.
And while we weren't quite there yet, you had to start to wonder if there's going to be any life left in this team. And that big return, that could be the exact spark to get them right back into this game.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Let's go now. Ready.
Off play action. Hairston. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The quick hitter complete. It's Brooks. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll run right here with Brooks. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Let's go.
Back to throw. Hairston. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Hairston. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Come on. Hey. Tap the 60. Ready.
Out to the right here to Wilson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Movement. Press all 80.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Panthers are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Off the play fake. Sam. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Looking to throw. Sack. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 23. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Get it.
On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Once again, it's Brooks. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. He finds his man complete. That's Lopez. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Hairston. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a handoff to Brooks running left. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Come on, set! Nike, check mash, steady!
2nd and 4. Now a run here off the RPO, he'll keep it. And this time not quite to the 30, it'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
19 Tiger.
Back to throw. Hairston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Hairston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. He's into space past the 25. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
18 Cardinal.
Brooks will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Hairston. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Fitzgerald now for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
17.
Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll begin on the ground with Steele. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down and 3.
Steady! Steady!
On the game, this is their fullback. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Cowboy 80!
Looking to throw. Sam. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have a Bengals first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
He's got Burton here. And he's got Rome. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Ready, ready.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Bronco 80.
Straight ahead, Steele. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Timberwolf.
Off play action. Sack. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Look at the big man rumble. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And this is going to be intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mills used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come up now on second down. That one complete to again.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Cowboy 80.
Operating from the gun. Hairston. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Back to throw. Hairston. And it is caught. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allow him to convert on 4th and long. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now remember now, no overtime here in the preseason, so in a tie game, this ought to be a fight to the finish. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
And the Panther first down.
Here we go, set. 19 Charger, 19 Charger.
He finds his man, complete. That's Lopez. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Panthers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. The extra point splits the uprights. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Bengals 17. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go. Here we go. 76.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And his throw here's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
He's back to throw. Gets this to Myers. Out across the 40-yard line before he's brought down. So a 1st down and then some.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
The coverage by Jordan.
One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
Go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.